Hey, welcome back to Techopolis 3, where in the last video, we completed most of the final steps to be able to start producing elite technium, including an arc furnace to get fluix, which isn't directly needed, but I do need it to get a matter condenser, which I think is the last thing I directly need for elite technium. And I also now have an ME system, which should make it significantly easier to start automating most things. Which I guess kind of brings me on to the plan for this video. I want to try and get elite technium, but I feel like I could fairly easily just make the one ingot. So then I want to try and automate it. But automating it with a passive solution, the way that I've done for the other two ingots, is way out of scope for the one episode. I made that mistake last time, and I want to have learnt that lesson. But with the help of the ME system, I shouldn't have to worry about all of the logistics to be able to automate it this way, and I can still have a semi-automated method, the on-demand crafting, if you will. It won't be permanent. I will eventually create something like this, but a solution like this for something as complicated as elite technium is going to take a while, and probably a lot of power, and my power solution is going to require elite technium. So I just want to have a reasonable supply of that for now. And that's going to take quite a few things. I already have all the machines I should need on this level as well. I just need to make a matter condenser. So the only thing to worry about is the actual automation system itself, which is going to require a bunch of the ME crafting stuff. I need crafting units to get the crafting storage and code processors. I'm going to need a ton of pattern providers, pattern encoding. Yeah, sure, make a pattern access terminal as well. There's a lot of stuff here, but nothing too bad. It's just one thing done a lot. And it's not like I'm going to go all the way to the max right now. I just need something workable. Probably only 4K, if even, because this is still very expensive right now. I almost want this automation system to be able to make itself, but I can make it a very basic one right now to get started. And as much as I want to just jump straight into making this, I'm going to have to do a bit of preamble to make it marginally easier. Namely, a better way to get soda quartz and silicon. Because the current solution, that I haven't even set back up completely, is workable, but is way more annoying than it needs to be with just the one chemical injection chamber. And also, it doesn't even have max speed so that I can make sure the chemicals get their full effect. But hopefully with just one more chemical injection chamber, it'll make it a lot easier. So I have to go down the line making all of this. But I've already done all of this before, so enrichment chamber to make a purification chamber to make a chemical injection chamber. And I can set that up here either side of the electrolytic separator, with some pressurized tubes as well, which should just input as need be. Then I will also just add in some of these spare ambient water collectors I've got lying around, and now it's automatically producing hydrogen and oxygen to go into the respective machines. And the last thing I want to do is I need to get all of these upgrades again for the new machine, and also the 2 extra speed upgrades to fill this in. So that's 10 speed upgrades, 8 energy upgrades, and 8 chemical upgrades. And with these 2 machines, it should be a lot easier to get soda quartz and silicon. And that's going to be a big help for the next upgrade that needs doing, which is with the inscriber. I would really like 4 acceleration cards in here, which aren't actually that expensive. I just need 2 calculation processors, pretty much, and I already had enough spare for that. So 4 advanced cards to make 4 acceleration cards. Cool. And I also just want to see, there's an extended inscriber, which can run 4 inscribing jobs at the same time. Can it do 4 of the same? Or is it 4 different? Like I can have each of the presses simultaneously. But I probably can't get that. Yeah. I don't know yet how to get intro or whatever. Yeah, it's complicated. But it doesn't matter. This is workable. So now it should be much easier for me to make all the stuff I need for this. I'm going to need quite a lot. Mostly logic processors. I may as well just make a ton outright. I'm not going to need many engineering processes. I think 2. I can make half a stack of calculation. 2 engineering, I don't think I have to do more than that. And probably 2 stacks of logic, which is going to take a while to make. So I may as well start the pressing now. Well, that's most of the printing done, at least the basic printing. So now I can work through getting the circuits themselves. But in the meantime, the gold should be ready to go. I'm just going to have to process it. And in the time it's taken to make the rest of the processes, all the gold is finished smelting. So I just need to wait a little bit longer to press that stack of gold. And then I can press it into 1 more stack of logic processes. That should be enough processes to get me going. So, now to try and build this up. I'll start with the 2 terminals. They're probably the most annoying. I'm going to need a pattern provider though. Probably a few of them actually. So I can get the pattern access terminal, and then with another crafting terminal, I can make the pattern encoding terminal. And I guess I can just awkwardly place them on the side. They're technically accessible. Oh, and I'm going to need a ton of blank patterns. Oof, which are not cheap. I'm going to have to make a lot of these. So I'm going to need a lot of nickel for the glowstone, a ton of spare Certus quartz for the quartz glass, and a bunch more iron. A lot of stuff that I do have, but it is just going to take a while. But once that's all done, I think I can get a stack of blank patterns? Yeah. And that'll do me for a bit. At the very least, it'll do me for this video. So, the last thing I'm going to need then is some of these crafting modules. I need an engineering processor for every co-processing unit. Okay, I'm going to have to make a few more of these then. Not too much more. Half a stack should do me for quite a while. I probably only needed like 10. And while I'm here, I'll make some more calculation processes, because I have a suspicion I'm going to need a lot of them. Okay, so how many of these crafting units am I going to make? I'll probably have 4 modules. Each one, I guess, can have 4 co-processors, because co-processors are very helpful. And then how much crafting storage? I think I'll go 4K, because 4K is still good without getting too expensive. How many 1Ks am I even going to be able to make? I think for every 4K crafting storage, I need 3 logic processors for the storage component, and then 1 more for the crafting unit. I have 119. So that's enough to get quite a few crafting units, but not quite as much as I'd like. What if I go with 20? I can easily make the 24K storage components, and I've got enough spare to handle the 16 co-processors, so then 36 crafting units. I think I go with that. Immediately, I need more calculation processes. A2 is so expensive, but it's going to be worth it. I need to make some more to get the 4K storage components in the first place as well. I can manage 29 more calculation processes. Okay, that is enough processes, finally. Now I just need to make those 36 crafting units. And I'm going to need more Fluix cables too. I think I can afford some of that. How many Fluix crystals have I got? Not much. I can convert the rest, but that is not enough. I need a stack and another 8. So I just need so much Certus quartz. But I can do it. I can make all that Fluix. And this should do me for quite a while. I'm probably going to set up an automatic system to make Fluix anyway. So I've definitely got enough Fluix crystals, but I do not have enough quartz fibers. I shouldn't need too much more of this. Maybe 12 more? Yeah, that's enough. I'm going to need a bit more to actually connect things. But I guess I can make that towards the time. Well, that should be 36 crafting units. And I do have enough iron for it. Then I'll make 16 co-processors. And now I need to turn the rest of these into 4K crafting components, which is going to require a lot more Certus quartz than I have right now. And redstone. So I guess I'm just going to be waiting on this chemical injection chamber for ages. But I can probably make it go a bit quicker if I can get more oxygen out of this, which I think just needs more water. Hold on a minute. I can set up a thing here with an electric pump. I'll also put some upgrades in it. And that is keeping this going very well. Wow, that is so much more water. I'm also just going to clean this up a little bit so it's not a bunch of cobblestone. And that is much quicker at getting soda quartz. But now the power problem's coming back. Except this time, I don't think it's a generation problem. It might be though. Well, better get that reactor soon then. But anyway, I should now have enough redstone and soda quartz to make 60 1K storage components. And with a bit more redstone, I can make the... I need quartz glass. Then I can get the 20 storage components to get the 24K crafting storage. Right. Can you believe now we're actually getting to the logistics part? Oh, and I've just remembered. That's not actually that bad. I'm not gonna need too many of these. I think 4 will be fine. Then I need some pattern providers. Probably more than that. I shouldn't need too many of these either. But there's a lot of machines that I'm gonna need to connect. I think I'll make as I go. I've got enough spare cores to hopefully make 14 more of these. I highly doubt I'm gonna need 14 more of these right now. So, now I just need to connect all of this in. But I've only just now considered the problem of channels. I think I have a bit of a way around. If I move the controller on top, that should free up these 4 channels. Then I can cable things upwards. And this cable should have 8 channels. And later on I can fix things up a bit better. I don't have time to get into P2P shenanigans right now. For now, I just need to connect in my crafting array. This should be 4 channels. And then I can make my 4 crafting modules. And I'll connect them all in at the back. And if everything works correctly, it should be fine channel-wise. So yes, I have 4 pattern providers worth of molecular assemblers, and 4 crafting CPUs, each with 20k storage and 4 coprocessors. Good. So that is the absolute most basic infrastructure to be able to start crafting. Well, I guess not the most basic. The most basic would be 1 coprocessor and 1k storage cell, crafting storage. This is somewhat more powerful, but this is the bare minimum to start automatically crafting things. But what I want to do is start processing things. That's what I'm going to have to do if I want to get it to work on Elite Technium. And I think I still have enough time to be able to stretch this to making Elite Technium. So it's probably easier if I work backwards from the Elite Technium machine at this point. So what do I need to make this? A few things. I need a matter condenser. I forgot about this, but I should have enough spare to make it. Is it just a single machine? I think so. So I think just like with any other machine, I don't think I even need to connect it into power. It might just work on its own. Or maybe not yet. Hang on. I don't know if I need better than a 1K storage component. I think I can make another 4K. I need some calculation processes. But I've already made millions of these. I can make more. So the 4K storage component, I think, goes in there. Oh, that can store a lot of energy. So now, condense into matter balls. I'll just get myself a ton of cobblestone. And, yep. That is enough to make some matter balls. 6. And from there, I can make another advanced technium machine frame for the Elite Technium machine. Whew, and now I need to make the machine itself, which is quite a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be. I think it mostly comes down to making a ton of reinforced machine casings. Fluix blocks I know how to do, quartz glass I can do, a crafting unit, I've already made plenty, I can make one more. It's these not so mysterious cubes I'm curious about. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna consume the presses for me to make this. I guess I can see. I'm going to have to make this a few times. So I'm going to need quite a lot of skystone. But I can get plenty of skystone fairly easily. And I guess now I can see, does this consume the presses? Yes, it does. That makes this a lot more expensive. It's not too big of a deal. I'm mostly just waiting on the gold, really. But it's fine. I can make it. And now I've just got the rest of this to make. The Fluix blocks and the quartz glass I can get fairly easily. Same with the crafting unit. So then the rest is just a ton of reinforced machine casings. The machine vents and the machine circuitry aren't too much more complicated. I'm gonna need so many more calculation processes though, but that's not that big of a deal. It just comes down to making, how many? 85 reinforced machine casings. That's a lot. Ooh, I do have one spare. That saves more than you'd think. But it's not enough to save an extra teleportation core, because I still have to do this 21 times. Well, I guess I'm back to making teleportation cores. Well, I've already made tons of teleportation cores before, so I can make these 6 pretty easily. Same with the wooden scaffolding and the obsidiglow. So then I can very slowly make all of these reinforced machine casings. I guess while I wait for it to go through, I can make the machine circuitry and the machine vents. The 12 vents are pretty cheap, and I made myself a ton of spare calculation processes for the machine circuitry. So then once the rest of the reinforced machine casings are done, I have everything I need to make the elite technium machine. So now I just need to make a space for it. And I may as well continue the tradition of just building this bit up higher and higher. But it is gonna uncover this. So maybe I go one block higher than that. And while I can certainly clear out a space for this, I'm gonna have to make it quite a lot deeper. It doesn't really feel like much of a cave anymore. I'm gonna have to make so much of a structure for this. I think I have a bit of an idea. I can stick with the logs from down here. These are fine. But I think I can lean a bit more into the cave aesthetic and just commit to making as much of this as I can out of stone. And I might even extend it to the bottom layer too. And doing it this way, it still looks artificial and man-made, which I kind of like, but it does make it fit in a little bit nicer with everything else. A little bit. Ooh, and another idea I had. If I get myself a stone cutter, I can make all the different kinds of colored stone, and then I can change out the archways with the color of the technium. The light gray doesn't work very well, but with the orange it's much more apparent. Same with the yellow. And maybe I can change the color of the logs too? They're a little bit more annoying to do, but not impossible. I don't know, I'll fiddle with this on my own. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. I have space now to start putting in the multi-block. It's not a terribly complicated multi-block to put in, and I think this is all I have to do. I guess I won't know until I actually put stuff in, but this feels right. So now, for the somewhat more long-winded thing that I thought I was going to have more time to do, I now need to make the crafting recipe for this. But just thinking about some of the stuff I'm going to have to do here, I might have to leave this till next time. Because I've been recording for a while now. I don't have too much more time left, and I don't think I can fit this all in one video. So I might have to split this again. I can at least connect in that advanced technium ingot, because that's as simple as just taking the ingots out of there and putting them directly into the front here. But the rest of this is going to take some doing, and that doing is going to have to wait until next time. So I guess the last thing I'm going to do here, I'll finish off the decoration out here, create another platform so that it's a bit easier to get in and out. It's just the same little platform design that I've got everywhere else. I'll bring the logs up again, and then I just extend the stairs over, and now I've got an extra platform that just brings this back in line with everywhere else. I am slightly annoyed by the minor discrepancies between levels here, because I put in that stone floor. It's made it all look a little bit off. There's not much I can do about it. I can't really lower this area down to give me that extra block of space. I think I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I can already envision, with like one more level, I'm gonna be in line with the top here, probably breaking out the other side here. Ooh. And then I'll just have the entire top bit but I'm planning a bit too far ahead here. For now, I have the Elite Technium machine. I'm gonna have to clear out a lot more space for it. And I have some basic automation infrastructure so that hopefully next time I can set this up with some on-demand crafting. And from there, maybe try using some Elite research? I don't know. Depends what stuff I can get out of it. I'll figure that out next time. But hopefully, next video, Elite Technium will be solved. Not this level of solved. That's still a while away, but solved nonetheless. Anyway, I don't think I have anything else to say, so I'm going to call the video here. Bye.